Good morning, folks. Man, I came early on a weekday to try to fish that point. Randy, the trout magnet man, used to fish that point. It's a very good point to fish in the spring, but you have to fish it the right way, folks. You have to fish it for bluegill with a trout magnet or something small like that. And I have never seen people fish this point the right way. They come and they cast the chopped liver and the minnows. They cast everything on the bottom, and you're just not gonna catch. I mean, it's only 3.5 feet deep here if the lake is full. It doesn't look full today. Whatever, we're gonna today. I kind of expected that, so I brought only one rod and no fishing net, and I have a little tiny backpack on my back because I want to keep walking, check a few spots. So many birds here. Spring is the time of year to go fishing from the bank, folks, even if you have a boat. It's just the one time of year when it's worth it. Not the one time, in the fall it's very nice too. But you can go after work, before work, for a 30-minute trip. Check a couple of spots. Just check them. And you cannot do this with the boat. Wow, this is smooth. I serviced my 2022 Sahara yesterday. I opened it, cleaned the old grease out. I don't know if I fished in the rain or something, but the old grease was black. I think because they put that coating. I don't want to talk about tackle in this video. I just want to enjoy fishing. But since I started, I think that black coating that they put on the surface of the gears to hide the imperfection of the gears. They don't cut them, they kind of just press them in. And when they put the black coating, they look smoother and they feel smoother until the black coating wears. But I think the black coating started to wear, and that's too deep here, folks, 3.5 feet. I think the black coating started to wear and it went into the grease. And now the grease that I removed from the reel was, should have made a video. The grease was black. Never seen black grease before. I have other reels with black coating. Maybe I didn't fish them enough. I also put anti-surge eyefish grease on the drag here. That sucker will put some brakes. I'm pulling with my hand now, all the way unscrewed, and still the drag is so tight and slow. The eyefish drag grease says, the name of it is anti-surge. And you can believe that. You put that grease on your drag will not surge. I am here to guarantee you that. It will not go zzz, 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 zzz. That's far enough. Your drag will not surge. I thought this point might have something, but the wind is directly against me. I'm actually fishing with the 125 today instead of the 100 because I knew where I was gonna be fishing. There is no weeds here, and you kinda have to cast farther. If I fish weeds on the bank, I prefer the F100. My nose is already protesting the inhalation of pollen. It's telling me, dude, why didn't you bring the face mask? Look at the pollen on the surface of the lake. That's what's going in my nose too. And my nose does not like pollen. Is this a question of distance or just the water dropped by a foot? Because I saw fish here like a week ago. But the water was 1 foot higher. And when it's only 3.5 feet deep and the water drops by a foot, 1 foot becomes a lot. But it's okay, that's why I came with only one rod today. We're gonna cast all around this point, full of bobbers and everything, as always. Kind of difficult, interesting. Not even a few baby bluegill. That's too shallow over there. Maybe I can still cast there. Between all the trees, bobbers covered everywhere. Everything is covered with bobbers. Let's see. Maybe I can cast. Oh my god, big grass carp. Do you see it? Look here, big grass carp. That's a grass carp. They put them here on purpose. People snag them, kill them. These fish are expensive, folks. This small lake, something has to eat the weeds. I don't think my float is... Look at this grass carp right here. I don't think my float is up all the way there. It hit the bottom. Yeah, my float doesn't want to sink properly. Yeah, the grass carp is still here. Let me drop a little. I saw fish on this point on my way out with the boat last week, but last week we had rain and the water was very high and they came all the way to the point. And grass carp still here. It's kind of far enough that the float still doesn't want to sink. Yeah, we gotta go check a different spot with a little bit more depth. I don't have much time either. Yeah, so this spot, I wanna come fish it again. Because the fish do come here, but I need to take a note. Only come fish here after rain. It has to be good rain. And the water is good 1.5 foot down. Let's go fish on the other side a little bit. Okay. Let's fish this tree and the dock a little bit. But it's gonna be very shallow. Yeah, the water dropped. So look at the trees above. Yeah, it's too shallow. And this tree was good too. It was good too before the water dropped. That's plenty of distance. I think the lake dropped by 1.5 feet. And all of these fish that pushed to the bank submerged. First fish of this video. Man, it feels freaking nice. My Sahara feels like a twin power. I want to take my Sahara to a fishing expo. I want some people to try it. And I'm gonna tape the spool so they cannot read the name of the model. Just ask them, how much do you think this reel costs? If all you fished your whole life is quantums and flugers and woos and that kind of junk, and you try this Sahara, you try my Sahara anyway, You're gonna say this is a $200 reel. It feels smooth, resistance is low. I mean, I put brand new grease last night. I refreshed the drag grease. Only females, no males, huh? This reel feels amazing. Hey, you know what we don't have today? I didn't think about that. Oh, broke off. Luckily we can salvage the jig. This bluegill will live, but we don't have a dehooker, folks. I have to put a dehooker in my baggie here. We don't want to kill a trophy fish, and I broke unnecessarily right now. I could have just pulled it out with the dehooker. Somebody is waiting for me to sell him dehookers. I bought some of the Chinese ones, but the shape with which they come brand new is just no good. You have to bend them with the pliers, but I tried and I don't know how I bent it last time. Last time I bent it good, it worked amazing. Then I lost it. Now I'm trying to bend it, but that sucker doesn't want to bend. It looks like it's made of harder material or something. Hold on, I even have nail clippers here. I gotta start selling stainless steel nail clippers, because you never know when you're gonna be fishing and all of a sudden you're gonna need to clip your nails. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stranded on the lake and you need to clip your nails and you have nothing in your backpack. What is going on here now? I already fixed everything. Okay. It says no fishing. I hope they will forgive me. I'm not obstructing any boats right now. That's the purpose of the DNR, not to obstruct boats. If people were mindful, oh, fish. If people were mindful and got out of the way, they wouldn't put signs like this. But people are assholes. They will fish here off the dock with the sign on, even when I bring the boat here, and they don't even scoot over so I can, depending on the wind, I might have to put the boat on this side of the dock. They don't even scoot over. They're looking at me as I'm the guy who is infringing on their fishing rights. If people were mindful, there would be less forbidding signs. Yeah, these docks always hold fish, even over the ramp, but you're not gonna catch very many trophies. My gosh, folks. I mean, this reel is butter. This reel is freaking butter, folks. By the way, if the bank is really shallow, the ramp will be the deepest part of the bank, because they have to dig it a little bit so the boats can float up. The ramp cannot be shallower than 3.5, 4 feet. So sometimes that's another reason these ramps hold fish. But when you see a boat, step away, just so he can see that you saw him, and he knows he will exit smoothly. That's a better fish now. Right over the concrete. The boats do not bother the fish, by the way. They're just like a turtle, like, I don't know, they see the boat, it's just a nuisance. Oh my goodness. My biggest fish right over the concrete. Oh my goodness, folks. Look at this. How is this not beautiful? This fish is full of stuff. Has to be released. How is this not gorgeous and beautiful? So maybe I should do like this. Instead of fishing with the 2 rods and the landing net and the tripod, today I have just a, you cannot see, but I have a little baggie around my neck with a few spare jigs and 1 spare float and the nail clippers. You don't want to go out without nail clippers. You don't want to be caught unprepared. Maybe with wooden handle. Oh, that's another good fish. That's another good fish. I want to find something pretty, folks. God bless. God bless Tennessee, brothers of the South. Man, that video where I talked on the bank over there, thou shalt not harvest bedding bluegill. Oh, I got more thumbs down than when I talk shit about the Democrats in California. The Democrats in California, I don't know if they all unsubscribed from my channel, but these days I can talk shit about Democrats and I will barely get any thumbs down at all. Maybe I'll get 2, maybe 3 on the whole video, but you don't know if they were from Democrats. YouTube doesn't tell you if the thumbs down was from Democrats. Sometimes you just have other YouTubers who hate you and are jealous. But that video where I said thou shalt not harvest bedding bluegill, that video got some southern thumbs down. I could see the fingerprints. You do not mess with putting fish in the cooler here in the south. There are things in the south. There was another fish without a bite though. I don't want to take credit. I was just moving it. There are a few things here in the south that you just don't mess with. People don't have a sense of humor. There are things you don't even joke with. Let me tell you about what I learned here. There are things about which they will take a joke, but some things you don't joke with. And those things, you know the most popular ones. I don't want to bring them up here to unnerve anybody unnecessarily. But yeah, trying to tell people that this free natural resource, it is free and it is natural, but it is not inexhaustible. And we keep pushing the limits. New technologies, more and more people. Okay, let's move a little closer. Try to swing one sideways. Yeah, that's a good cast. Let's see if somebody's there. It's also a very dangerous cast because those trees have branches extending forward. Fish. Good fish. It was worth it. Sometimes you take risk and it's worth it, folks. Not often, but it's a smaller feller, but a beautiful. Look at this. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe all that people needed is somebody to show them the beauty of these fish. And the most ironic thing is, the saddest thing is that harvest is actually, not only I don't have a problem with harvest, but harvest is actually very beneficial to the lake if only you do it consciously. Don't harvest your trophy fish and don't go and decimate the beds in the spring. You know how people breed horses and dogs, and they breed only the best horses, and only the smartest and most beautiful dogs. What TW Array is doing by not putting a slot for panfish, TWRA is doing the exact opposite of evolution and natural selection. We're doing TWRA selection. As far as panfish go, all we do is every year from public water we remove only the best specimen. Only the best specimen. So sometimes even when you stop harvesting these fish, the genetics of the bluegill in this lake are so bad from 50 years of only short fish reproducing. There are lakes that the genetics of the fish are just terrible and they will not grow. Amazing fish. Will just not grow, folks. You want this fish to make babies. Trust me. It will help you catch more and bigger fish in the long run. If you let this buddy go right now in May, just let him go. The opposite, TW Array selection is the opposite of natural selection. We remove the best genetics repeatedly. So there comes a point where for decades only the ugliest, shortest fish who nobody wanted to keep, only they got to make babies. And now you stop harvesting them, but the genetics are just horrible. The only way to get big bluegill in the lake is to drain the whole lake, remove all of the bad genetic bluegill from the lake, and put some larger fish in the lake. Amazing. Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. Look at this. Okay. I think you can harvest this guy. He's a 7.5-er. You can harvest this guy. I think there was a bed or something in front of this tree. There was some on top of the ramp, but I don't know if there are any more left. Made quite a few casts without a bite. However, I'm not sure I will find a better bed in the next 10 or 20 minutes. I do have to go back home, so I might as well just stay here and try to eke one more bluegill. And I'm getting the distance even with the 1 gram. It's just that there is nothing. Oh, fish. It doesn't feel like a male out there in open water, but we have to take whatever we got, folks, because we're gonna take it. I gotta go home, folks. It's a work day for me, and I already stayed longer than I should have. Look at this. Stop it, stop it. Stop it. Look at this, folks. These baits, look at this. Stop it. These baits, folks, cost like $5 a pop in the trophy bass fishing lakes. Look at this. What a beautiful fish to end the video. Alright folks, that was a beautiful day of fishing. Was a little bit of everything. The first spot over there did not pan out. I thought I had good info from last week. There was fish there, but the water dropped and the fish withdrew to the deeper water. This tree here only had baby bluegill, females. Moved over here, baby bluegill on the dock. Then the beautiful spot, had a few nice males, not too many, but that's enough for me. That's enough for a short bank fishing trip. I was lucky enough to catch this golden shiner just randomly in open water, because the last 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, folks, I don't know. No, I haven't been here that long. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I haven't even seen a single bite. But this is what we fished with. This reel here is a sleeper reel. Go get you one, even if you have the legalis. But thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye, guys.